going to explore a very important topic, ethics in artificial intelligence, focusing on privacy and degrees of privacy. Niranjan, to begin with, why is privacy such an important issue in the age of AI?
Thank you, Anuja. Privacy has become one of the most critical concerns in the AI era. Because of the technology, today is not just storing our data, it is actively analyzing, predicting, and even influencing human behavior. In earlier times, privacy was about protecting physical space, but today it is about protecting digital dignity, personal data, and even human thoughts interfered by AI system. So privacy is no longer optional. It is essential for maintaining human dignity, autonomy, and freedom.
That's a strong point. But to understand this properly, how would you define privacy?
Privacy can be understood as the right of an individual to control their personal information. It is collected, used, and shared. It is often described as the power of selective disclosure, meaning we decide what to reveal, when, what to keep. There are three aspects to this definition. First, right to be let alone, introduced by Warren and Brandeis in 1890s. This means the freedom from unnecessary interference by governments or corporations. Second, control over data, which refers to ability to decide what data is shared, with whom, for what purpose, and for how long. Third, human dignity, which ensures that individuals are not reduced to just data points in an algorithm.
So, privacy is not just about hiding things, but about maintaining control.
Exactly. Privacy is not secrecy. It is about control and protection of personal life and data.
That makes sense. Now, I am curious. How has privacy evolved over time, especially with the technology?
That's very important question because privacy had changed drastically over different eras. Before 1980s, privacy was mainly about the physical boundaries. The home was considered a private space, and the laws focuses on protecting individual from physical intrusions, such as illegal search for trespassing.
So, privacy was more about space rather than data.
Exactly. Then come for the period from 1980s to early 2000s, where the computer and the internet started becoming the common. During this phase, emails emerged, digital records were created, data started becoming a valuable asset. This was the beginning of the digital privacy concern. From 2000 to 2015, we entered the tracking era. Websites started using cookies to track users' behavior, and the social media platform began to collecting a large amount of personal data. Smartphone made decision continuous, and users were always connected. So this is when the privacy is decreasing. Yes, significantly. And today we are in the AI prediction era. This is the most advanced and also most concerning stage. AI system can now predict personal preferences, inference sensitive information, analyzes the behavior patterns, even data that we never explicitly shared can be predicted by AI.
So, privacy is no longer just about what we share, but also what AI can infer.
Exactly. Then come for the period from 1980s to early 2000, where the computer and the internet started becoming the common. During this phase, emails emerged, digital records were created, data started becoming a valuable asset. This was the beginning of the digital privacy concern. From 2000 to 2015, we entered the tracking era. Websites started using cookies to track users' behavior, and the social media platform began to collect a large amount of personal data. Smartphone made decision continuous, and users were always connected. So this is when the privacy is decreasing. Yes, significantly. And today we are in the AI prediction era. This is the most advanced and also most concerning stage. AI system can now predict personal preferences, inference sensitive information, analyzes the behavior patterns. Even data that we never explicitly shared can be predicted by AI.
So, privacy is no longer just about what we share, but also what AI can infer.
Exactly. Earlier systems stored what you told them. Today AI predicts what you never revealed. That is the biggest transformation in the privacy. Then digital AI and privacy. Here,
Now that we understand how privacy evolved, let's focus on the present. Niranjan, what exactly is digital privacy, especially in the context of AI?
digital privacy refers to right of individual to control how their personal data is collected, stored, processed, and shared within the digital system, particularly AI-powered systems. The key difference between the traditional system and AI system is important. Traditional system stores what you tell them. AI system predicts what you never share. This shift from storage to prediction is what makes privacy much more complex today.
That's interesting. So, AI is not just using data, it is learning from it.
Exactly. AI learns patterns from the data and builds the models can refer your preferences, your behavior, your sensitive traits like health or political views. There are four major types, major privacy threats in AI systems. First is prediction. First is the prediction. AI predicts the sensitive information from unrelated data. For example, browsing habits can reveal the health condition. Then second is micro targeting. Ads are shown at the moments of emotional vulnerability. This means AI can influence decisions without user realizing it. Then third is re-identification. Even anonymity data can be linked back to the individual using multiple data sets. Models do not forward data easily. Once data is used in training, removing it becomes extremely difficult.
So, in a way, AI makes privacy risk invisible.
Yes, that is what makes it more dangerous.
Now, let's break this concept further. What are the main types of privacy?
Privacy can be broadly divided into three core dimensions. First is physical privacy, then digital privacy, and the social privacy. Physical privacy, it refers to the protection of the body, personal space, and surrounding. AI threats include CCTV surveillance, facial recognition, smart speakers in private rooms. Then next is the digital privacy. It is the right to control the personal data, browsing habits, financial record, health data, and biometrics in digital system in AI platform. Digital privacy is related to the emails, password, browsing data, and the location tracking. These governed by the laws like GDPR and India's DPDPA. Then another is the social. Social privacy refers to how individuals present themselves in the society. It is the right to choose how one presents oneself in social context, controlling which personal details are shared in communities, workplaces, and the social groups. AI can analyze emotions, behaviors, relationships, and this creates the psychological profits of individual.
So, privacy is not just a technical, it's also social.
Exactly, it affects the identity, relationship, and
There are more detailed classifications of privacy.
yes, privacy can be divided into 6 specific domains. So now check that different forms of the privacy. First is the physical privacy. Protection of the body and space. Then another is the information privacy, control over personal data. Third one is the then communication privacy. It is the privacy of the messages, calls, and our communication details. Then fourth is the decision privacy, freedom to speech, freedom to personal choices is come under this decision privacy. Then next is the behavioral privacy, the freedom of monitoring, the right to behave freely without monitoring. This can be violated at workplaces, productivity, AI, CCTV network, and get analyzed and cameras that identify the people from the walking patterns. And then location privacy, control over the moment data.
Which of these is mostly affected today?
Information and behavioral privacy are most important affected due to AI tracking.
That's very detailed. But is privacy always the same or does it vary?
This is not. It exists on the spectrum called degrees of privacy. There are 5 levels of the privacy. First level is complete, means no privacy, no exposure. Second is high privacy. Third is moderate privacy, and fourth is low privacy. And fifth is the no privacy. As exposure increases, the control decreases. This core idea of the privacy spectrum.
Can you explain this with real life example?
Yes, real world scenarios make it much clearer. Level 1, personal diary. It is completely private, no exposure, no devices, no networks, and no AX. Absolutely, it is our property and it is our completely private thing, and that can be handwritten thoughts, never digitalized or connected. Then second is level. Let's consider example the hospital AI system. It has high privacy, encrypted, need to know access only, converted into covered DPDP and HIPAA, auditable, access logs maintained. MRI, for example, we can consider MRI processed by encrypted diagnostic AI. Then the another level is third level, that is the Instagram. Let's consider for Instagram close friends. It is more moderate, semi-private platform still holds the access of the personal data and control is partial Instagram access for moderation. Story visible to 35 upload followers only, and in that way we can control the our privacy. Then for level 4 is cookie tracking. Let's consider example of the Google's cookie tracking. Low privacy, cross-platform, or tracking via AI via cookies. Minimal user control once accepted. The third-party data sales likely. Searches Google, see shoe ad on the YouTube next day. Means when we search any ad or anything on the Google, it shows the similar ads to another platform. That is the power of cookies. And the last level is level 5, public data used in AI training. In various public blogs, we collect data and used for LLM training. There are no privacy, no concept sort. The data permanently embedded in model weightages. Impossible to remove retroactively. The blogs post scripted trained to ChatGPT or Gemini.
So most people today are somewhere between level 3 and level 5.
Exactly. They are often without realizing it.
We understood privacy levels concept.
It's 17:15.
But can you explain some real world cases where these levels were actually affected?
Yes, these real world case study clearly show how privacy can shift drastically without user awareness. One famous case is Target's pregnancy prediction system. One of the famous case it is the AI analyzed the shopping pattern and predicted that teenage girl was pregnant even before her family knew. This shows how AI can move a person from modern privacy to complete exposure without consent. Then the Clearview AI, it was another real world case study. Another major example it is, which collected billions of images from social media without consent. These images were used for facial recognition and sold to law enforcement agencies. This represents level 5 privacy, complete exposure. Then we can consider the next example, hospital AI. The most famous hospital, Apollo Hospital AI Diagnostic. On the positive side, AI system used the hospital maintain high privacy, where the data encrypted and accessed only when the necessary. It is much safer than WhatsApp metadata. Even the secure apps like WhatsApp can reduce privacy through meta sharing, revealing communication pattern.
So, what actually determines how much privacy a person has?
Privacy depends on several key factors, knowing determinants of privacy. Some concept important determinants include access control, who will access your data, information sensitive, how critical your data is, then encryption, that is protection against the breaches. Then another one is the anonymity, whether the identification is hidden. Last is consent, whether the user has control or not. Another one is data sharing, with increased risk. Surveillance. Another one is surveillance. The constant monitoring. AI now monitoring as a facial recognition, gait analysis, and behavioral prediction that enable mass monitoring without human interactions. Then another one is legal factors that considers laws and enforcement. Consents must be informed, specifically irrevocable, and the granular. Then the cultural norms, how the society views privacy. The privacy is a cultural relative. Western culture empathizes individual autonomy. Eastern cultures prioritize community well-being, and social media has the normalized oversharing, reducing the perceived need of privacy, a dangerous shift.
Can you explain how AI advertising affects privacy?
Yes, the most important and example is the targeted advertising. Is one of the biggest privacy concerns today. AI collects a massive data that creates psychological profiles of user. This leads to emotional manipulation, behavioral prediction, decision influences. Consider a real case example. USA, AI identified the teenage pregnancy from the purchase patterns and mailed baby coupons. Before her, she told her parents, father complained to the target, and then later apologized after a truth emerged. That is very dangerous thing today. The users moved from level 3 moderate to level 5, no privacy, without knowledge and consent. Data used beyond stated purposes, clear GDPR, DPDP violations.
What are the major risks associated with AI and privacy?
There are three major risks. First is data breaches. Sensitive data can be leaked or hacked. Another one is surveillance, mass monitoring through AI system. Third is data misuse, using data beyond the intended purpose.
Apart from risks, what ethical issues arise?
First one is the consent problem. Users don't understand the policies. They just agree and forward, agree and forward. And the another is data ownership. Who owns your data? It really owned by you or the company itself. And the third one is the algorithm bias. Unfair decision by AI. AI taking nowadays AI taking various decisions. So these can be ethical.
How is privacy protected legally in India?
In India, there are three acts. That is, first one is the Article 21. The privacy as a it gives the privacy as the fundamental right. In 2017, KS Puttaswamy versus Union of India, Supreme Court has given the right to privacy is intrinsic right to the life and personal life liberty. Then next is DPDP Act 2023. The data, this is the data protection law. Data principle is individual. The data is completely owned by the owner, the personal person itself. They have given penalties of up to 250 crore for the breaches, and many more things are in that act. Then the third act is the IT Act, security provisions.
What about globally?
Globally, we have GDPR Act, which is given by European nations, world's most comprehensive privacy law. It is the most better laws in world today. Then another is right right to access, delete, and control data. Then there are USA laws. No single law, sector biased approach, and the many wrong things in there. Then also we have the UK's acts. UK has GDPR plus DPA 2018 Act. In that, the data protection is also included. Then Russia and China laws. The strong state, they have strong state control, privacy limited by government. And EU is the stronger, India is growing, and US is unfragmented. China, Russia state is controlled.
How can we protect privacy in the AI era?
Then we have privacy enhancing technologies here. We have federal learning. In all AI trained on device, the raw data never leaves. Only mathematical updates sent to a server. So that's we can keep only. Then homomorphic encryptions. The computations are encrypted on data, AI processor, and health records without ever seeing them in a readable form. Zero exposure during this processing life cycle. Then synthetic data generate statically real but completely fake data. Train medical AI without using actual patient's name records. It removes the all the risky content from the training pipelines entirely. This is a very good technology can be. Then differential privacy adds mathematical noise to database, so no individual can be identified. Apple uses this for Siri analytics, allows the research without exposing usual. That's why Apple is more safer than Android. The transparency consent, another one. The plain language politics policies, granular opt-in control, the right to explanation for every AI decision affecting the individual life out. This allows AI without compromising privacy.
What is the final takeaway?
Privacy is not just technical issue, it is a social, ethical, legal challenge. AI has transformed privacy from simple data storage to complex prediction system. However, with the right balance of the technologies, laws, ethics, we can ensure that innovation does not come at the cost of the human dignity. Privacy is not about the hiding, it is about having the proper power to choose how we know. Conclude, privacy is the age of artificial intelligence is no longer simple concept. It has become a dynamic balance between innovation and individual rights. As we have seen, privacy has evolved from protecting physical aspects, safeguarding digital identities, and now to defending against the predictive intelligence system that can infer even what we do not explicitly share. This makes the privacy not just a technical issue, but a deeply ethical concern that defines how free and autonomous we are individuals. The real challenge today is not whether data is being collected, but how it is being used, who controls it, and whether the individual truly have a choice. As AI continues to grow, the responsibility lies equally with government to regulate, organization to act ethically, and the individual to stay away. Because in the end, the privacy is not just about protecting data, it is about protecting human dignity, freedom of thoughts, and the right to live without consent surveillance. And if we fail to protect the privacy today, we risk losing control over our own identities tomorrow. Thank you.